Welcome guys back to another episode of Arsenal Transfer News Daily. Just before we get into this video, I just want to say Arsenal have drawn Leicester City in the Carabao Cup. We will be playing them away from home at the King Power Stadium. I'm pretty sure this is on the 21st of September. So keep your eyes peeled on that. That will be in between the Premier League and also be doing a preview for that and all the build-up leading up to that Carabao Cup game. Should be interesting. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Who will you think? But I will do a proper preview to this later on. But our first piece of news is on Thomas Partey. Now, before we get into the news, before staying in the comments, oh, HJ90, keep talking about Thomas Partey, keep talking about Aouar, keep talking about the same things. Look, guys, my aim for these videos is to try to keep you up to date with the latest news. So if I am repeating certain things, I might have to keep you up to date with things because some people might be new to the channel and they might not know the latest developments. My goal is to try and give you guys the latest news and try and give you guys as much information as I can. That is the goal, and I try to help you guys out with that. So please bear that in mind. Yeah, I know for me it is sometimes a bit repetitive, but we have to roll with it. Now, we talked about him yesterday, and we are going to talk about him once again. Now, Thomas Partey, again, I'm going to use the same word, intensify. I'm not going to put in the title again, same I used for Aouar, but talks are intensifying, and Arsenal have offered Guendouzi and Lacazette in a bid to try and sign Thomas Partey. Now, I did report the other day that bids had been rejected. Now, those bids included Lacazette and Guendouzi separately, and now Arsenal have decided to go and put them in the same deal to try and sign Thomas Partey. Now, I don't know why Arsenal are trying to come with this, because Matteo Guendouzi would be an instant replacement for Partey at Atletico Madrid, and Lacazette would be replacing Diego Costa if he were to leave. So, Atletico Madrid point of view, I think this could work. I think if I was Atletico, I'd probably be accepting this straight away. I'd be accepting this because, you think about Arsenal's value for Guendouzi, which is around 40 million, and you think about Lacazette's value, which is around 35 million. Put that together, that's around 75 million pounds, and that's it. And Partey's release clause is 43 million pounds. So I'm not sure if this is gonna get accepted. There aren't concrete sources suggesting that the both of them might be put in the same bid to try and sign Thomas Partey, but these are the rumors that are suggesting this, and we just have to go with it. And in relation to Aouar as well, we did talk about him, and talks are intensifying, and a bid has been rejected for Aouar, 35 million plus Matteo Guendouzi. A bid has also been rejected for Aouar. Now, we did report this a few weeks ago that a Guendouzi plus cash bid had been rejected, and now L'Equipe have come out and said that it was 35 million plus cash. 35 million plus Guendouzi. So this is getting really serious from Arsenal. Both Partey and Aouar talks have really stepped up today since the last time I talked to you yesterday. So this is this is something to keep your eye on, and hopefully we can sign both Thomas Partey and Aouar this summer. That would be amazing for us to try and get done, and hopefully we can try and get it done. Aouar, we've already offered 35 million pounds up front, so that is pretty good. If we can step that up and offer 50 million and then get rid of Guendouzi for some money, maybe similar what we're doing with Torreira, maybe we get him off for a loan fee of around 8 million and then obligation to buy next year. So we're guaranteed to get that money, but we're just going to get it next year, so we could just use that money altogether and pay the release clause for Partey and get the deal done for a while. That is what we're saying here, and that is what I think the thinking will be for Arsenal. But I'm not sure, is this realistic? Guendouzi plus Lacazette equal Thomas Partey? Do you think that's worth it for Arsenal? Leave it in the comment section down below. Who do you also replace Lacazette with? I think we would probably replace him with Edouard. But when you look back at it, I think I know why we're linked with Said Benrahma, because you think about it, Aubameyang has been playing on the left. Aubameyang will probably switch into the centre role, and then Said Benrahma would be the replacement for Lacazette, but he will switch out into the left, which means Aubameyang will be playing more of a central role. So if you think about it in that sort of logic, it kind of makes sense why Arsenal are doing this. And Edouard, also similar price to Said Benrahma, is at Scotland with Celtic, and is a player that is looking like to leave this year, sometime this year, whether that's January or this summer. Newcastle went out of the races. Newcastle are out of the race to sign him, as they are going to sign Callum Wilson. So, but Aston Villa do need a striker as well. So, there are quite a few teams are looking for strikers. I don't think we're in desperate need of a striker, but if we do get a Lacazette, we'll have to fill that void. I don't think Eddie Nketiah is good enough to play as a first team choice, sort of number 9 position. I just think he's good enough. I don't think he has the qualities. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he'll prove me wrong. But, I think you guys think that as well. I don't think he's good enough to step up to the plate for Arsenal in the first team this season. I'm the kind of guy who thinks he needs to be on loan, but Mikel Arteta really prefers him to someone who can come off the bench or even start ahead of our Alexandre Lacazette. So it'll be very interesting what happens in that respect. But switching back to the places where we're more interested with Thomas Partey and Hossein Aouar, we really need to get those deals done. But we yesterday, Aouar talks are intensifying, £35 million. So where we're at with Aouar, let's just get it straight. So we're linked to him, and then Guendouzi plus cash bid. Talks are intensifying, and now it is revealed that it's £35 million plus Guendouzi that have offered for Aouar. And apparently we have also verbally said to Lyon that we're prepared to pay 55 million euros, which is including add-ons. That is something Lyon would definitely consider. But Lyon have said you have to make an official bid, because thing is, there's a difference between a verbal and official bid. If Arsenal make an official bid, that alerts City and Juventus, who could possibly be interested in Aouar, and if Lyon match, if Lyon say yes, we accept the 55 million euros from Arsenal, Man City will be like, well, we can accept that as well. So yeah, that is one of the things that Lyon want Arsenal to do, and make it an official bid. I think that is something Arsenal may look to do, and I think this will step up really quickly now over this next week, because we are playing Fulham next week, so we really need to get these deals done as soon as possible. And we're still talking about Hossein Aouar and Thomas Partey as well. Again, time will tell whether we will trigger that release clause, or we will be offering Guendouzi and Lacazette in exchange for Thomas Partey. So that is the news. Next bit of news is on Hector Bellerin, and apparently Bayer Leverkusen have entered the race for Arsenal defender Hector Bellerin. Mikel Arteta prepared to sell the Spaniard to fund his transfer plans. Bayer Leverkusen have expressed a surprise interest in signing Arsenal defender Hector Bellerin. According to reports, the 25-year-old has also been subject of £30 million interest from Paris Saint-Germain, and Arsenal understood to recognise that any substantial fee will allow them to reinvest. Leverkusen will attempt to push for European silverware next season, and the Telegraph report the Bundesliga outfit may swoop to Bellerin to boost their chances. The Bellerin remains Arsenal's first choice right back, even though I don't like that, but could find himself leaving North London hoping to be active in the market. He remains under contract for another 3 years, and the money raised from Kai Havertz's move, I will be talking about that a bit more, could lead for Bayer Leverkusen to be making a move. Juventus and Paris Saint-Germain have made concrete approaches for him. Paris Saint-Germain first offered £25 million plus £5 million in add-ons, but Arsenal do want up to £35 million including add-ons. Bellerin moved to the Emirates from Barcelona's famed academy in 2011 and has made 205 appearances across all competitions. So Bayer Leverkusen, another club interested in Hector Bellerin. Now, the main thing that Arsenal will use in this situation, negotiating with Bayer Leverkusen, will be Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz left to Chelsea for 100 million euros. So Arsenal knows that, and they know Bayer Leverkusen have a dump of money. Chelsea, £62.5 million was the initial outlay on Kai Havertz. So Arsenal know they have money. Arsenal know they have money, so they're going to try and get the most out of it. Now, I'm not too sure if Juventus are still interested, but Arsenal, what they want to do is create a situation where there's a bidding war. Now, if there's a bidding war, Paris Saint-Germain could offer 35, Leverkusen 40, then 45. You know what I mean? The price gets up and it drives the price up, and hopefully that could be a positive thing for Arsenal, because if we end up selling for 40 million, we basically cover the cost for Thomas Partey. You know what I'm trying to say? So I think that's a huge thing for Arsenal to try and get as many clubs interested in the player. £35 million looks to be the price we want to sell him for, and I think it is a brilliant price to sell Hector Bellerin for. 3 years left on his deal, 25 years old. He's still considered to be a good right back in Europe, even though I don't think he is. But other clubs, if they, in another league like Germany, Italy, France, much slower leagues, maybe not Germany, but definitely France and Italy, he could suit, his style could be more suited there, especially being linked to Paris. That's where all the fashion shows are, so that will be helping him as well. That will be very attractive to him, and he is open to a move. That's the news that Bayer Leverkusen are interested in Hector Bellerin and could create a bidding war which could drive the price up for Arsenal, which is good for us. Next bit of news is on Lucas Torreira, as apparently Torino have bid 24 million euros up front to sign Arsenal outcast Lucas Torreira. Now, it looked like the Florentino had won the race to sign Lucas Torreira, and because they put in a bid of 8 million euros plus 24 million euros next year to make the loan obligation. It was an obligation to buy, basically. So it would get £7 million this year and another sort of £20 million next year, something like that. That would equal the sort of price that we actually want for Torreira, which is around 24 million euros. But now Torino have actually come in and they've basically said, we're going to offer straight up 24 million euros this year so we can sign him on a permanent deal this year. Now, this is quite breaking news because Fiorentina looked like they were going to sign him. Lucas Torreira has not been training for Arsenal, didn't play in the Aston Villa game, the friendly defeat that we had, and it looks like he is on his way out. And now Fiorentina, this is a huge blow for them because they'll have to get the funds together now to try and sign him on a permanent deal this year. So maybe Lucas Torreira does go to Fiorentina, but it looks like at the moment Torino are ahead in this race. Now I'm pretty sure the manager at Sampdoria who nurtured Lucas Torreira over there is now at Torino. He's their manager, so Torreira would probably like to go back to Torino more than Fiorentina, and I'm pretty sure Torino at the moment are a slightly bigger club than Fiorentina. If I'm wrong, please tell me in the comment section down below. But this is quite big news now because we will get 24 million euros this year, which is around 22 million pounds, similar to what we actually signed him for from Sampdoria. So we are going to be getting all of our money back pretty much, and 22 million pounds that could go towards down payment for Aouar, could go towards the release clause of Thomas Partey. So this is huge news for Arsenal that some club are willing to pay up front for Lucas Torreira, and that is huge for us. So that is the news that Torino are now in the race, are ahead of Fiorentina to try and sign Lucas Torreira and offer 24 million pounds up front. Will you take this? Do you think we should just get rid of him now and use that money towards the Thomas Partey deal? Leave in the comment section down below, and that is the news for that one. Now, this next bit of news I'm not actually going to put in the title, but I just wanted to discuss with you guys, and that is on Antoine Griezmann. Now, a few months ago, I actually made a video, if most of you remember, got quite a few views for that time, and that was on Antoine Griezmann on his possible move to Arsenal. Now, Arsenal were heavily linked at that time. Antoine Griezmann looked like he was going to leave Barcelona, and then sort of links died down with Griezmann leaving, and now they've come back, and that Arsenal are alert and monitoring the situation of Antoine Griezmann and could make a move. Now, as I've suggested before, if we are offering Lacazette to Atletico Madrid, maybe it's a good idea to get Antoine Griezmann. I'm not too sure, but to me, this is kind of sounding fake. But would you actually guys take Antoine Griezmann at Arsenal? How much would it take? How much would, Barcelona let him go for? Would it be a loan deal? Would they terminate his contract? I can't see Barcelona terminating his contract because he signed for £108 million last year, 120 million euros, that equates to €. So I don't see Barcelona terminating his contract, so that would be a huge loss on their part if they did so. Maybe to get his wages off the book. I don't know what Barcelona are doing at the moment, but Antoine Griezmann, it looks like he could be leaving Barcelona, and maybe the likes of United and Arsenal and Chelsea are actually interested in Antoine Griezmann and could make a move from this summer. Last player I wanted to talk about is Eddie Nketiah. Now, he has been linked with a loan move off to Newcastle. Again, there isn't much details to this. It was just a rumour that came out. Now, Newcastle are close to securing a deal for Callum Wilson, so I don't see Eddie Nketiah being on Newcastle's radar at the moment. But if it is a loan, possibly, maybe they could try and sign him. I'm not too sure about that, but I think Mikel Arteta will not sell Eddie Nketiah. He recalled him half a season into his loan, and he has featured quite heavily under Mikel Arteta, sometimes starting ahead of the likes of Alexandre Lacazette. He has chipped in with a few goals. He's been pretty consistent. His energy is pretty good, and I think as a backup player, just looking in on it, I've said before that I don't like Nketiah. I don't really do right now. I don't think he's a first choice player, but if we are going to let him go, then so be it. And that is the news that Newcastle have been linked with a loan deal for Eddie Nketiah. So that is it for today's Arsenal Transfer News Daily. If you haven't hit the subscribe and like button, please do so already. What are you waiting for? See you guys next one. Bye bye.